There we go. There we go. We've got that going. And let's go to the game now. Hopefully our screens are set up right. Yes, I've got the capture working. Oh, doesn't always work. I sometimes clone and I end up with the capture waiting for another game. So I've had this for several years. I played it off and on, and I played it again when I was trying to recreate the recent train crash. The CP train lost control, derailed, and the three killed: the engineer, conductor in training. So I was recreating it on the Canadian Mountain Passes route that comes with this game, and I started up at Partridge Station, heading downhill just east of Field and east of the tunnels. And there's two spiral tunnels, upper and lower spiral tunnels, that get rid of a bring, I think it was a 4.5% slope down to 2.1, but with no brakes. Still not good. Anyways, I thought I'd try some more scenarios. This one is one that I'd looked at quite a while ago, and I did a bit of it. It's a scenario somebody's done. It's got about 17 parts. It runs all the way from Revelstoke in the west to Eldon on the east. It's, I think, 220 miles. Revelstoke is 120 miles west of Field. And Calgary, or Eldon, I guess, just so that Calgary is 100 miles east of Field. The elevation goes from, it looks like, I got a little chart here, it looks like 1,500 feet at Revelstoke to over 5,000 at Stephen Pass. So we're starting at Revelstoke, but first we have to put our train, otherwise known as consist, together. So let's do that. Drive, and it's a standard, and it's yard work, Revelstoke. Most of this uses a the ES44AC Canadian Pacific that you see here. That's a workhorse of the Canadian Railroad, but in this case we're using a switcher. Oh, there's no picture. That's sad. We're using a switcher in the yard. Now this is pretty well all keyboard controlled, so because it's, well, you don't really need a controller. It's pretty slow, but still I end up doing a lot of peering at the keyboard, like, oh yeah, this button, so let's without further ado, let's start. We'll take quite a hit here initially. In fact, you know, I should have made sure I'm running the 64-bit version. I'll do that. I'm going to go back and exit this, and yeah, that's a good scenario. I'm going to go back and make sure there's a 32-bit and a 64-bit version, and sometimes I start quickly and don't remember to pick. Need to pick. .64-bit edition, okay. It doesn't make much difference to the graphics and such, but it does make a difference. It just makes the game run a little faster if it's trying to load and off a lot of cars and scenery and shit, so as is expected. So okay, let me check my settings here. My okay, I got high, not highest, because I'm trying to get a good FPS here for you guys. So standard, and like I said, we're going to be Canadian Mountain Passes. And I'm going to start off if this Revelstoke yard work with a switcher. So here we go. I'll try to explain as much of this as I can as I go along. So if you're a pro, well, just bear with me, and if you're not, feel free to ask questions in the chat. So, for 2 FPS, note the FPS in the upper left as we load all this shit. Before we gather up the NTEs from around the yard, head over and grab the 3 hoppers sitting on Revelstoke East Y Siding 1. Good. Have we loaded everything? Yes, we have. A farmer up in Greeley needs a bunch of wood chips ASAP. After grabbing the hoppers, head over to the Revelstoke wood chip pickup and load all 3 hoppers. So this is all I had to transport the chips right now. Be at the end of the consist you're working on. Check all switches. The consist is, okay, let's there's a button that gives me labels. I believe it's 6. Ah. So that gives me labels of all the different things here if I need it. Sometimes it's nice. We can hit F1 and we can pull up our job again. East Y siding 1. Okay, we want to couple them to the back, so let's look at East Y siding 1. East Y siding 1, and there's a little dot is the front of this one. That's the one we're in, CN5. So we want to go East Y siding 1 and couple these things up to the back, which means we have to go up here, throw some switches and back up here, couple them up, and then we have to go here, pick up freight bulk, and then we have to couple them up to the train, but we'll do this first. So let's go ahead. We look inside the train. We've got there's the brake is full on. Got a throttle. Kind of dark in here. Are there lights inside this? Be nice, eh? Let's see if there's lights. Nope. These can go on. Okay. These are, the outside lights can go on, so that's good. We'll worry about that another day. Okay, so first we have to release the brakes. They're at 95%. They're pretty well into emergency. If you go look here, we can drop this down to release. As the brake pipe pressure goes up, and then the brakes release. So we're good. Connect to the back, so we put this into forward. Put on a bit of power. There we are, driving through the yard. Speed limit is 20, you gotta watch that in the yards. So we'll just cut the engine and we'll drift until we get past the switches, and then we can put a bit of brake on, slow down. I probably should, just a sec. I probably should turn down the engine noise, right? I think we have to get out of here. We want to change the audio. Let's get back down to here. And we'll go back and we'll resume our run. Actually, well, I could have used the volume controls too on OBS. Silly me. Okay, I may do that. When you're outside of the train, it's a little loud, so it may start up a little faster when you resume, but we'll see. We'll see how many FPS I get. Loading, 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 loading. Come on now. Come on now. You can do it. There it is. Yeah, cut this back. There, how's that? Is that better? Okay, so behind us, there's a button that you can use. Sorry. This one. I can either use this to flick the switches. In this case, I have to go through a couple of switches, so it's easier for me just to look at the map here. I want to go to siding 1, so let's make sure, okay, we flicked that one, right? And this is, yep, in fact, siding 1, so we'll change directions, take off the brake. Let me increase the opacity of that, decrease the opacity of that HUD so you can see it easier. East Y siding 1. Now, you really don't want to whack into it, so it's good to add a bit more. Just a bit of brake. And a bit more brake. Nice. Now pick up freight bulk from Revelstoke wood chip pickup. So the Revelstoke wood chip pickup is way over here. Now I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to back into it, because otherwise we'll get stuck, right? So let's make sure we got our switches set right. Okay, that one's set. This one is, now it's set. It wasn't before. Now it's set. Like that. Blue, okay, blue goes that way. Blue is still going. Well, we gotta flick this one to get the blue going. There we go. Now where are we going again? Okay. Flick this one. Got the blue going there. And that's on spur 1. We gotta go to spur, we gotta go to spur 1. Kapsa. Now, when we start backing up again, well, we can't see it, but we're indicating where we should be going. Inside there. I need a reverse view too. Back end of the train. What's the hell is the back end of the train? Back end of the train is, rear view is 3, so I need a 3 on my key on my mouse. Let's make this one 3. 1, 2. Let's make this one 3. Then we can look at the front and the back. One, Ooh, it takes it a while to get there. We've got some lag here. Watch our speed. Got a horn too. Got a bell too. We can run the bell forever. Or until people say, stop the bell. This is a fairly easy yard in that it's, oh, there's a bunch of cars passing and there's a train passing. So it's a busy yard. It's Revelstoke. This is the prep for trains going east over the Rockies. So let's get a bit more speed there. So this is a 17-part series, and it's interesting in that it has a lot of switching. We do some futzing around with this, and then to build up our consist, and then we start a scenario where we're driving over the mountains. You see the bottom of the screen that shows you your train, what's coming up for switches and things. It shows you the slope. This is the larger version of the heads-up display. Am I covering it up? No, I'm not covering it up. Good. What was I watching? Oh, I was watching on the EAA Brazil add-on, truck add-on for ETS. And there was a YouTube video. The guy was showing how to load his fixes, and he was showing the order to load them in, which was in the top right of his screen, showing the mod manager, and that's where his face was. So, nice job, buddy. Oh, there's a way to do this. There's a way to I think we're like this, and then like this. Yes, yes. You can click your way down the train like that. Because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to park each one underneath the loader and load. I think it's that one that loads. What do we got for labels? We got engine labels, engine info. No, that's something else. We're going up a slope, see? 0.2%, but it's enough to slow us down. That's nice. Excuse me. So we're going to go out this spur and we're going to pick up a wood chips. Oop, we're not gonna quite make it, are we? Oh, we might. Nope. There we go. Now, the brake should hold us, and oh, I guess we've loaded all three. We didn't have to back up. Sometimes you have to back each car up, and I've been where there's, 25 coal cars. Yes, it's realistic. Okay, want to couple that to the front of 1577 at East Siding 2. Oops. To the front at yeah, we can do that. Oh, I want to grab this thing on the front. Okay. Couple, one of all those. East Siding 2. Okay, well, there's East Siding 2, so let's get some tracks over. Get this track over. And then get that track over, and then get that track over, and we are, I believe, lined up for East Siding 2 all the way back to here, so. We get rid of that for now. We can leave our labels up. More bell? You never have enough cowbell. We going up or down? I'm just looking at our slope. Possibly down. So I guess these switchers had a lot of torque. And probably, well, they're short. Thinking a lot of power to pull a long train. Whoop, speeding. Bad, that counts against us. I was too busy talking and not driving, eh? Easy for the speed to creep up on these. We've only got 3 cars. Once we get to East Siding 2, we're going to couple some cars to the front of this. And then we'll probably dump those, connect those to the consist that we're building for the Rockies. And maybe these things get dropped off to Greeley or something. Yes, TS2019. I'm trying a scenario that somebody has done in one of the workshops that's a 17-part scenario that takes you from Revelstoke all the way across to Eldon. Whoops, don't click on that, Gramps. Ooh, bad move. Yeah, yeah, continue. It's an interesting scenario. Oh, we lose FPS on this thing though. It's a very detailed map. I think I'm gonna have to add some speed there. It's an old game, possibly not as efficient as it could be. I'm running with the brakes on and using the throttle to control my speed. You achieved the impossible today. And what was the impossible? Come on now. Dink, 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 dink. Come on now. Just get there. There. Okay. Drop these over on Revelstoke tanks. Yard track 4. Okay. Let's see where your Revelstoke yard track 4 is. Um, 120,000 population and 90% traffic flow in city skylines. And most citizens road transit. We have a challenge this month in Ottawa. The councillors have been challenged to use transit. And most of them are. A couple of them have skipped it a couple of times because, you know, they were, you know, she was running late or something and she had to get a council meeting, and others have just said, nah, I'm not going to do it. It's not convenient for me. It's like, yeah, welcome to my world. So where am I dropping this? I'm dropping this on yard track 14, which is yard track 14. Okay, which means I have to go out here to pass this second switch, probably. That's good. That's a good achievement. Did you record it for posterity? You know, if it's not on Twitch, it didn't happen. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Not convenient, eh? Yeah. Yes, it was my counselor is of course doing it because he's downtown. I mean, to be honest, some of these counselors are out in the boonies, so the hell? Why is this not the front of the train? It's the front of the train. Don't know. Pretty sure that was far enough. But this is supposed to be... Oh, that's supposed to be my outside view. Oh, and it is, okay. And then this is supposed to be inside, and then this is supposed to be there, and that's supposed to be... Oh, I've got cars at both ends of the train. I was thinking, where's the end of the train? It's right there, Gramps. Okay, you're at track 14. Oh, not enough. I thought that one would get me there. It will not. I gotta go farther. Ooh, my bad. Yeah. Get past this one here. Oh, another train going by. Yeah, the game spawns AI traffic, but it does so in a pleasant manner. I've never been hit by one. It's sometimes a challenge to get everything set to get to where you want to be, like there. But there, so that will get me, the blue line shows I'll get to 14 and I can drop those guys off on 14. And there's nothing on 14. 16, 15, oh, sorry. 16, 15, 14, this is 14. 17, 16, 15, 14. Why was that one? Yep, there's nothing there, so I guess that's where we're building our train. Let's go frontwards. Oh yeah, you got your G2, I heard that. Good for you. Congrats, man. Oops, am I going to 14? Wait a minute. No, I didn't switch the last one. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, there, we switched that one. St. Lawrence Market, what, in Toronto? From Brampton. Wow, good for you. You mean the downtown, you know, the 401 can be a challenge, but the, well, St. Lawrence Market can be a challenge. As long as you drive defensively, but in wintertime, was it nighttime? Yep. Well, good for you. I probably could be going faster if I was getting paid by the hour, or getting paid by the job, as opposed to the hour. And just to confirm, it says I'm going to 14, so these switches will do well. I'm not going to hit anything. See, I like the way they scatter a lot of traffic around when they build these scenarios. They put all sorts of engines around, and cars, and cargo, shit lamaired. So my assignment, I believe, is to drop these guys on 14. Now, I'm not sure. Don't know. I'm at 14, I believe, so they do a countdown anyways, but you know, I was saying 42. Well, okay. Okay. Aggressively, not dangerously, 401 to 427 the girder. You have to, people don't realize that if driving too aggressively and driving too cautiously are pretty well just as dangerous. In my humble opinion. Okay, so I have to drop these guys off. Drop off how many? Who? Dropping off 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, how do I show the cars? Shit, how do I show the cars? Coupling camera. You know, I haven't done this for a long time. I got to figure out now how to drop these things off. I have to go and between them. Show task. Center player. Well, I'm gonna have to check. No, that's load and unload. Here it is. Oh, okay, it says to do this. Nope, it's not that. Uncouple. My apologies, people. If somebody knows how to do this that's watching, who really remembers how to do this, I can't remember how to do this. Couple uncouple. Couple uncouple. Shift. Control Shift C. Okay. Thank you. Go to the front car view. Sorry, the front cab view. That one. Okay, click on the coupler. Oh, that one. Yes. Okay. Thank you. That's embarrassing, but thank you for helping. I knew it was something simple. It can't be too complicated. That's why they've got it cleverly disguised as an uncoupling picture. Okay, what I'm dropping off, 66.8, 304.86. These guys. Gotta make sure I drop off the right end of the train. Yes, so these ones. Okay. Sweet. Next, grab the boxcars on to the front on East Y siding 3. East Y siding 3, which is this guy. So I gotta back up here to there, okay? Or, well, yeah, I'm doing it at the front, so I do have to back up. Is there a strategy on how to tackle the DLC expansions for this game? Yes, there is. It's a very simple strategy. Buy a winning lottery ticket. And then spend the money on DLCs. Or, less facetiously, focus. In hindsight, I tried steam and diesel and electric in Britain and Germany and the US, and they all were interesting and fun, but I kept buying too much. I would say get well, let's see, there's a sale that ends tomorrow. Where are we going? East Y3? Where the hell is East Y3? Oh, it's pretty soon. I would say yes. Focus on. Decide whether you want steam or diesel, and what country you want, stuff like that. And if you look at the problem is people do scenarios too. So I guess decide whether you want to do passenger or freight, because there's some routes like around New York. New Haven corridor, and the California, Los Angeles, that have a lot of passengers. I just prefer to do freight. And then decide, do we want mountains or flat, because there's different challenges to them. And if you're going to buy locomotives, if you buy the Pro Series, there's 3 or 4 in the Pro Series in the diesel, I know, that actually have cold start options. So you actually have to go through and flick all the switches. You know, open the panel. It's a cold start. You open the panel, you turn the breakers on, close the panel, you do this, start the fuel pump, you know, put this in, just, you know, turn on the breakers, blah blah blah, to get it all going. It's kind of fun. So that's what I would say. I don't know, Rodeo, are you an active? Well, you must be an active player. I was active. I had a lot of hours, and then I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do things like couple. Yeah, so couple makes the coupling and uncoupling. So that would be my advice. And when you look on the workshop, there's all sorts of scenarios that you can add on. Of course, the problem is, if you're in Canada, there are a few things like the BNSF trains that are no longer sold in Canada. They're not licensed for here, so anybody's scenario who uses those, you can't do it, so that's annoying. But the European ones are interesting too. British, they're all the German ones are the German ones. You have to really learn how to read the you have to learn to read the signs and signals, because the German ones, they quite often sneak up on you with the speed change. Is this what I wanted to do? Let me go back here. Yeah. Couple of these guys to the front. The front couple. Oh, okay. I've done that. Couple to the front at yard track 16, which is of course going to be all the way back there. Okay. Oh, just this next switch should be enough. Bit more break. 16. Do. 16. I haven't tried other train sims. I think I started this probably in 2013 or 2014. A long time ago. Son teased me years ago about this. What are you doing? We're doing, Dad. Oh, I was playing computer games. Oh, choo-choo. Yes, choo-choo. Shut up. But I just decided to try streaming it, just in case there are people who actually want to watch me. This is actually more interesting, I think, where you're actually assembling trains. One end of this switcher is assembling the trains, and the other end is dragging around these 3 hoppers for some farmer in Greeley. So I'll add a bit of brake. We're good. Add a bit more juice if need be. Make sure we get there. Okay. Drop. At 16 and drop these guys, now that we know how to do it. Drop 22, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 3, 3, 7, 3, 7, 2, 8, 6, 7, 2, 8, 4, 4, and 7, 2, 6, 9, 1 here. So everybody, so drop toute the gang. I don't know whether you have to set brakes. Here's an idea. Well, I bought I have Farm Simulator 2018, and it's late. I probably should switch from just a sec. Don't go away. I'm gonna get some wine. I shouldn't be drinking coffee late at night. I'll keep myself awake. I'll be right back, and then I'll finish my story about Farm Simulator. So. I'm not sure which button it is. That button. Sorry. FS2018. I had some problems getting it to work with my controller, my G29, but I'm okay with it. I guess it's the learning curve that bothers me. Although I did master the learning curve over the years for Truck Sim, right? Coffee keep me up. Well, the thing is, coffee keeps me up at 4 in the morning. Like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep, and it's because I had a coffee too late. I think that's what does it, so. Wait a minute. I didn't drop these guys off. Oh, yeah, I had a question. The question was, do I set the brake on these guys? Don't know. Now I use 15. So we can grab all the stock from the other end. So go via 15. I don't know. I got to think about it because I haven't really gotten into playing it yet because of the learning curve, like how to farm. I don't know. What are we trying to do here? Go via, what is that? 15. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what I gotta do. I gotta go to 15. Okay. I can do that. I go at 15, and then I'm gonna couple to the back, and then couple those guys to the back, and couple those guys to the back. So, oh, I getcha. So everything now is behind these three guys. So probably what's gonna happen, we're gonna go to Greeley, stop at Greeley. That's funny that we would do those. Well, who am I to question? So farming simulator, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Because I have to, I really have to get into it. I don't know. Have you played? Have you played Farming Simulator a lot? I know my friends and the Lazy Truckers, BTC, as well as many people on Twitch, play Farming Simulator, and it's a co-op thing too, where you can get a server and you can help your buddies. You know. I don't know. Think about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to 15 to get to 14. Okay, so let's make sure the other end of 15 is also set nicely. It is. Okay. Don't go too fast. I had a feeling I was going too fast. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it, eh? Ooh, go far enough now. Don't, Did I actually leave enough that I can go back to 14? Where am I? Hello. 16, 15, and 14. Dump the brakes first. I play this with the brakes set to easiest, although I realize that that's possibly cheating too much. The brake settings, what the brake settings do actually is it controls the time it takes the brakes to charge and discharge. After you've set the brakes, if you want to go to a new setting, you release, which dumps the brake pressure line, and then lets the system start charging up the auxiliary the line, and then the auxiliary reservoirs on all the cars. But that takes time because it's a hose going all the way back. There we go. And then, oh yeah, leave some brake on. And then we got to go to 16. So let's go to 16. Which means these guys. So go ahead. Go ahead, because we got to back up. Yeah, the farming aspect, and it is challenging to farm successfully on it. I guess. I mean, there's a lot of common sense stuff, you know, that people know about farming. And there are groups there, and I guess you could ask friends who are farmers, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? Yeah, I know. The base game has few trains and few routes. The DLC is not cheap, but like I said, there's a sale, right? There's a sale on now, so almost everything is. There's all sorts of things. Well, not just everything. So there's lots of trains and routes half price. So like I said, pick a genre, you know, steam, electric. Pick a country, you know, Germany, Britain, France, or whatever. There's all different. And then pick and then look at the routes that are on sale. So I would say get the base game now, and get there's ratings for the routes too, okay, whether people like them or not. So look at the routes that are on sale. Once you've decided where you want to buy, look at the routes that are on sale for that and pick one or two, and look at the locomotives that are on sale for that and pick one or two. Asset packs, I don't know if they come with it. There's a US asset pack and a European asset pack. Those are good purchases, I think, for scenarios. I think they're bundled in sometimes. I'm not sure. If there's a 2019 or a TS Train Simulator gamer in there, you can tell me. I think they're bundled in, but a lot of scenarios use those asset packs. Oh, wait a minute. We have to couple to the back. So, yes, let's back up. You can ditch passengers? I don't know. I had challenges with the passengers because I was always, well, when you're doing passenger runs, you're timed. You have to be not too soon, not too late, and not too aggressive. If you look here on the screen, this gauge on the left, this bullseye, measures the acceleration. So if you start too fast or stop too fast and whack into the passengers, you lose points. Okay, and head west to get access to track 6. Revelstoke track 6. All right. So couple all these things. Oh yeah, to the back, because this is going up this way, right? So we want it. That's the train. It's a Revelstoke train heading this way. So that's, oops, that's why we need to put all this stuff to the back of the guys on track 6. So there's track 6. So we're gonna have to go all the way up here to out of the yard to get to track 6. I'm not sure what you mean about ditching passengers. I got to think about this. Like open the door in the middle of the countryside and say, "Get out." If you do get it, let me know. There's a small but active community. I was looking for scenarios. I asked in the forum too. I'm looking to see if anybody has done a scenario like this one that has like 17 parts that goes from the west to the east, but goes from the east to the west. I think this is my yep. Yep. Oh, I got to be past that next signal. Okay. I mean that next track. A lot of cars, right? We've done a good job of creating a train here. Oh, we have to get up to... Now, the nice thing about driving, it's not like a truck. You don't have to really be in the front watch because there's not going to be anybody there. If there is, you'll crash into them and explode, so... as far as I know, there's not a multiplayer version of this. I'm not sure now. Oh well. But I'm going to play this for a while. Other games I played Life is Strange. Life is Strange 1 as opposed to Life is Strange 2. I liked the characters. They were really cool characters, but I don't know, about 2/3 of the way through, I started getting bored with the plot. And I got really annoyed with the challenges they did. I don't know. They just they ended up being picky. Ooh, that was close. Well, you know what? I'm still sitting on the points. Let's see how well I can pull this thing against brakes. Or not. So dump the brakes. Put the brakes back on. Possibly don't need quite so much brakes. That was interesting. I was just a hair. So Life is Strange, I give up. They reskin trains, use the same. Well, if you look at some of the reviews of the different scenarios and trains, it seems they do sometimes. For all the money that they make off these DLCs, compared to the money that SCS makes on their trucking DLCs, these guys, I don't seem to put a lot of effort into it. It's okay, but you really have to check the reviews. Unless there's an area I really, really want. The mods are, again, like Truck Simulator. The mods are what keeps this going. What am I looking for? I'm looking for track 6. 9876. So this is... Sometimes it's a challenge getting to a track. I'm never sure whether it's better to go from this end or the other end. 5, 6. Okay. Hopefully we're going to 6. I played this for a few years, and then I stopped playing all games, and then I started playing Truck Sim. Like ETS, and then ATS came out, and I was underwhelmed, and then I discovered there was things like Coast to Coast. It was like, oh, okay, this is good, so then I added ATS. And then a year ago, I added streaming. I would say yes, ETS. Yeah. My son and I tried No Man's Sky years ago. Well, years ago, it seems like years, when it first came out. Is this 6? Am I on 6? Just want to make sure I'm on 6. I don't want to couple all up the wrong train. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, yeah, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just, I was thinking, wait a minute, why am I coupling to? I mean, it's quite possible that I could. Yeah, when I look now at the angle, yeah, it's over there. I like the current countryside for 6, or for ETS. Better than ATS. Okay, let's go to the other 6. This one. Oh, look. And there's a bit of feedback. When you do have the right thing, it does Revelstoke yard track 6. I think I might make some supper. I'll take a break, I'll make some supper, and then I'll come back in again after I deliver this. Hoghead. Again, I played it an awful lot, and I've read a lot about it, so it's sort of stuck in the back of my head. I've learned a lot since I read a lot more about braking and such since the last train crash, that CP train crash. I learned about retainer valves on the air brake system. So, and the air brakes on trains are interesting. Ooh, I'll be back in. Ooh, no FPS there. I'll be back in an hour at the most. What time is it? Oh yeah, 8. I'll be back in less than an hour. Gonna nuke some sauce. Depends how creative I get. Oh, I have sauce made, yeah, so I just have to nuke some sauce. Cook some pasta. Cut up some veggies and stuff to munch on while I'm waiting, and that'll be me. Oh, so what are we hooking up to? We're hooking up to odds and ends here. Ka-clunk. Yep, I got one more step, and then I'll be off here. Stop at Revelstoke 6 track east. Take it all down to 6 east for departure. Okay, so where's 6 east? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's over here. So 6 east. So however the hell I get over to 6 east. I I suspect. Well, other than the fact that I've got to go backwards, I think the switches are all thrown for me to get to 6 East. Now they are. Never sure with this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I think. Oh, let's see. Are we? Are we blue all the way to 6 East? Blue, blue. Oh, this one. This one? Which one are we on? We're on this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got that. We've got that. Yeah, more towards east. Stop by your buddy in his truck. Oh yeah, I've seen that. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Ah, Boogie Boy 3010. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. We keep cranking up the numbers one by one here, eh? Where are we at? Oh, it doesn't show my totals, but I think I'm at 3 something. I usually have a lot of bling on the screen there, and I took most of it off because I wanted to show the trains too. I can take that off actually too. And I can make my chat. I could probably make the font smaller in my chat, and I can make the window smaller. Okay, I'll do that before the next run here. Where am I? I'm here. Sorry, I changed windows. Where are we? Why are we not here? Oh, that window. There. This is a nice looking reefer, eh? At the Frost? Track East, that's where we're going. And it said stop at the far end, stop by your buddy with the truck. So what we will do, I think, is the Revelstoke Track East. What our next run is going to be is where the hell is my just a sec. I think I killed one of the things I wanted to look at. I killed chatbot. I'm not sure why. Do any of them have graffiti on them? I can't remember now. You know, they should. I mean, I'm a big fan of graffiti as an art form. Let me just a sec. I gotta connect all this shit again. It's a pain in the ass. There we go. Yeah, I lost all my chat. That's stupid. Anyways, I don't know, you know. Let me know. We haven't seen any. Okay. I'm working my way down a train here. I would have to say no. Not sure why. Maybe they're just picky. No. Come on, let's get rolling here, so I can quit and make some supper. Truck. It's like, oh, stop with your buddy by the truck. That's what it was. So go to east. No, I'm not sure what it means by stop by your buddy with the truck. Stop the engine? I think it means stop the engine with your buddy with the truck. Because we're barely on east. And so I think the game wants you to get... Oh yeah, you got a truck and you got a cow in the back. Very strange. So let's hang out the window. Hang out this window. Okay, then let's change. Hang out the window. Okay, so this one, so why can I not? Jesus. No, I threw them all out. No, you manage passengers and freight trains, but no, I don't have a passenger train. There are scenarios when you buy a route, and it depends where the route is. Some of them have a mix of freight and passenger routes. Sorry. You buy a route like Canadian mountain passes, and then the route comes with scenarios. Hey buddy. Oh, having a cow? This little thing at the bottom means we have achieved our objective, and it does a thing to counter something. So yes, so some of them have passengers, some of them are freight, and some of them have both. And you can then run a scenario that has passengers, and then your task, if it's a career thing, then it actually measures. There we go. Okay, thank you very much. Rate it. So career scenarios, they rate you on different things like being on time, stuff like that, meeting all the connection points. Standard, these are the ones usually that people have added as mods. And this is where I got this one from. Free roam, you can just wander around. And quick drive is a variation on that. Quick drive, you can pick a train, you pick a cargo, and there's fixed cargoes. There's like several, you know, and a destination. So workshop is the stuff you can load. As you can see, I have way too many workshop mods. So standard, I'm going to, so we did this. Yard work, Revelstoke, and then I think our next thing is leaving Revelstoke Part 1, which I did before, but I'll do again. Let me look at my... Let me just double check. I'll double check with the list of scenarios. But I'm pretty sure that's the next one. Leaving Golden Part 1. Yeah. And the Canadian Mouth Passes series is... Yes, leaving Revelstoke Part 1. And in leaving Revelstoke Part 1, we'll just take a peek at it here. We've loaded our consist. We're very happy. Now ready to depart. We just do a quick look at it to start here, and I'll show you what's coming. The train that we just assembled will be the one that we're dragging up over the Rockies. And you remember we have 3 wood chip cars at the front, and so I assume we're gonna have to stop in Greeley and drop those off. Random events: crash into a car on the train tracks. Nope, no. Consistent gathered is ready to head out. 3 hoppers. There's a farmer waiting there and needs them ASAP. Need to head west to get to the track that you need to reach. Oh, okay, so I have to, there's my engine, so I have to drive. Nope, they don't do random, like crashing in a car. The weather changes, like the weather in this, as the scenario, whoever writes the scenario, they say what the weather's going to be like, but it's for that scenario. So I think further on it starts to rain, and then there's a real hell of a storm. Or in the wintertime, you can have, it's clear, and then you start another scenario and it's snowing. So I think the weather is sort of fixed for a 30-minute or 60-minute scenario. It doesn't suddenly start. But that all to say, if it's raining or if it's a blizzard, you have less traction and you have less visibility, but you have less traction. So you're going to have to sand and feather the throttle a bit. Train crashes are only if you, well, you can if you do the wrong switches, take the wrong track, you'll crash into somebody. I've been occasionally in a scenario and I've been too slow getting from A to B, and I was supposed to be cleared to track by 15:27 or something, and 15:28 I'm clearing the track and a train piles into the back of me. So the there's AI traffic on this map that's chugging along. You can't see it here, but well, we saw it before when we were looking up. So we need to go here, go to there, and go to there, pick up that load, and then drive. We'll go to here, and then with here, and we'll couple all of these guys over here. Then we're going to go track west, go to that, go to Greeley, Greeley North Track East, drop these things off on the Greeley siding, and then go back here to Twin Butte North Track West. And this is there on this map. We still have to go here. Got a lot to go before we get to Eldon at the other end. So is the AI as annoying? No, it's pretty well behaved. Like I said, unless you screw up and miss your timing at a particular part of track, But no, the AI does not suddenly stop in front of you or decide that they're going to change and drive on your track, like by mistake. No. So, but I mean, one could argue that the AI in ATS ETS is realistic. And so the AI here is realistic too. Trains normally stick to their tracks. Anywho, let's I'll quit this one, and I'm gonna go make some supper, and I'll be back, like I said, in half an hour. What is it now? 8? I'll be back in half an hour, and we'll continue on heading out from Revelstoke with our consist however many cars we had there, and we'll see how different it is now to drag them with a big locomotive. So, ta-ta! Thank you for hanging in, and thank you everybody for viewing. And if you're a follower, thanks for following. And if you want to support me, you can cheer me with bits, or you can subscribe with your Amazon Prime, or you can just buy my books. Or you can lurk. Anything. So, ta-ta. And thanks for chatting specifically to Ancient Secret.